In this week's installment of Throw Game Thursday, our first episode, I'll be going over my game with YZ. This game contains a lot of throwing, in my opinion. Some context: this game is our playoff game in the round of 128, so that would be day 2, week 1. You would not be able to see this game in the playoff replays, public replay, because we played ahead of time privately. Anyhow, sadly, this will be the only game / best of 3 game that is featured in this week's installment of Throw Game Thursday. For those that are interested in sharing their own throws, please feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll be sure to feature that game of throwing in next installment of Throw Game Thursday. So without further ado, let's take a look at some of these Oscar-worthy throwing. Okay, so YZ is the box on the left, and I am the box on the right. We both have rather, I consider, some sort of aggro rush box. Actually, I'm going to take out the rush box, the term rush. We both play somewhat aggressively. We run minimal tanks, so to speak. YZ does have 2 tanks. The Hitler with magic physical guard and Sissy White with just the physical guard. I do not run any tanks or guard units that can guard. Let's go into the ban pick. So I ban Ham first, and he bans IBC. I usually ban IBC or Ham. In this map, I do want to ban Ham because I don't like the reach Ham has on this map. Since it is, sky map, Flyers do have, in my opinion, an advantage in this map. They can move around freely. A lot of my units here are really stuck to the ground. I have potentially 1, 2, 3 flying units. Rosen can fly, but she doesn't really matter if she flies or not. So I don't want Ham to control the map. He picks his IBC first. I ban out Alicia and Lucretia. I really don't like Alicia because she has a lot of follow-up in her kit. Once the first unit goes in, Alicia should always usually be able to follow up for another attack. So I don't want that to happen. Plus, Alicia can kill a lot of my revive units with her single target. I think the 3C that does the AoE after the single target. Luke is a must ban for me because Luke with IBC is a free kill, essentially. Turn 2. So, and it's a lot of zoning, which I do not like. I pick up my own Ham. He bans my TGS and Kruger. The TGS ban is, I can see why. TGS plus Kruger is a pretty nasty combo. The Kruger, I believe, he just doesn't want the debuffs. So he picks up the Kara IBC, pretty decent combo. I ban out the Magic Tank, Guard Tank, and Archon. I don't want a revive unit with IBC that can pretty much trade 2 of my units in 1 turn. 1 move. I pick up my Elwyn. To be fair, Elwyn is able to one-shot Archon, but Archon with IBC and turn 1 move, turn pile, he can potentially take advantage of, even though I have Elwyn, still take advantage of that turn pile and trade 2 of my units. So that's my reason for banning Archon. He bans Luke and Himiko. Picks up his off tank, Sissy White with the summon. I ban out Elwyn and Pepsi. Elwyn is because I don't want to revive unit, and Pepsi is, in my opinion, a hard carry. I picked up Rosen such that I can be immune to Die Hard stun and IBC's heal block. So Cherry and Pepsi, both, again, Cherry is a pretty good carry, and Pepsi, of course, another good carry. So he picks up his Die Hard. The Rosen is able to, in my opinion, Die Hard is half a unit without the stun. Not half a unit. He can still kill people with the assassination skill, but the stun is also a really strong side of his kit. I ban Werner and Tejas, just extra DPSs. I want to give him a support. Werner can DPS, but, less potent than Tejas and Werner, in my opinion. I pick up a single target, Asuza. Yeah. He bans my Virage and Crimson. Virage is, honestly, I should have picked up Virage somewhat early because Viras is able to tank hits. A lot of hits. With Rosen, Diehard actually won't be able to stun. So I think the Virage pick here might have actually been better than the Souza pick. Well, in hindsight, as you will see, I severely misplayed my Souza. I think this is like my third time using her, but honestly, I should have actually picked Virage in this game. Because Virage, even with an attack buff, without an attack buff, I'm pretty sure this Kara is not fixed damage immune. I can still kill a lot of these units. So yeah, I think Virage might have been the better fourth pick here. Picks up Warner Dime, and I pick up Vincent. So yeah, so BP wise, I still think I have a rather, I think I have a pretty decent, ban pick. Not too lopsided. I personally think I actually have an advantage here, simply because of the fact that I should be able to outtrade him. I have one magic unit that can deal magic, so that can ignore the Sissy White Summon Guard. He does have more reach than me because the Kara can zone. But let's just go over the skills real quick. I brought Air Slash for zoning. My Rosen Seal is Empire buff with Miracle. She can fly. Elwyn with a pretty standard loadout. I brought the Golden Knights because this map, the Golden Knights can run as freely as Unicorns, and Golden Knights have damage reduction. So I could potentially tank something. Potentially. So I have Vincent here. Sorry for the misclick. I have Vincent here with the single target and 3C AoE with Detect. Souza with her standard loadout. Kyra with her standard 2-attack teleport loadout. Mass attack IBC. Warner pretty standard. This is the passive with the 2C attack. Sissy White with her standard loadout. And Diehard with the attack buff on a chick and strike. Okay. So yeah, he drops the Lancer turn 1. So this Lancer unit is already moved. Sissy Y buffs Kyra. This is Kyra's dirt range. He could hit my Vincent. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So Vincent is hittable by Kyra. Of course, he's not gonna make this trade. It's pointless because Kyra cannot teleport back into guard. I move my Elwyn up, and then I move my Rosen up. He gives the buff to Kyra. The Oath of Karma. I move my... Okay, so this is misplay number 1. There was no reason to move my Azusa this far up. As you can see, YZ can attack from here and teleport back. There's no reason for me to push up so much. I think I got really greedy here. I should have played it slow and just pushed up Azusa maybe somewhere such that Kyra can't teleport back into the safety of the mercenary, the Lancer Guard that Sissy White dropped. So that was mistake number 1. Or, one can equivalent mistake to throwing. Mistake number 2, I wanted to give Azusa the King's Crown damage build buff. But then notice how I am 1 block away from being able to single target the elite mercenary and kill the summon. So all I had to do really was just forget about the King's Crown buff, just move my Vincent here, and I'll be able to hit the summon next turn and kill it. So he kills my... Well, he doesn't kill my Azusa, he breaks the shield. But my Azusa is, in essence, useless now. Without the shield, I don't have the range. I move the ham up. Okay, so... Just awful play here, I might as well just kill the summon now and pray. But instead, I choose to just move the ham up. So, of course, he kills the ham with the IBC attack buff. I can't reach the summon to single target attack, so I drop a pretty useless AoE that Kyra can just heal up. So yeah, at this point I lost 2 units, 1.5 unit. Azusa is like half disabled. It's worth half a unit. He kills the Azusa. I kill the Werner. He kills he doesn't kill the Vincent with normal attack because only the sword not the fairy's attack. I move my L1 up and he kills the Vincent. So yeah, it's pretty much GG now. Honestly, I really think I could have. The game would not have turned out like this with two major throws. Again, why move up Asusa so forward? You know, this is just a brainless aggro play. The second play is me being just needless. It was a useless King's Crown. I needed to move here and get rid of the summon with Vincent. He can kill my Vincent with Kyra, sure, but again, I have another life. So next turn, either my Asusa can hit the diehard or my Vincent can kill the summon. So he has to choose. YZ has to choose between Asusa or Vincent. Kill Vincent next turn, start of next turn, or break shield and kill Asusa start of next turn. So yeah. Anyhow, let's move on to the next game. So major throw. I personally think the reason why this is a throw, I think I won BP, but execution was god awful. Okay, so game 2. I swapped some units. I swapped out the Virage, and I put in my Yulia, Leon, and Helena. So Yulia, I think honestly was kind of, I wouldn't say a bad pick, but I think I really underestimated Virage here because last game, as you saw, I think the 4th pick Virage would have benefited me greatly. But I remember doing this game when I was deciding who to swap out. I was like, oh, Virage was useless last game. I couldn't, I felt that I couldn't pick Virage effectively. But, looking back, actually a 4th pick Virage would have been good. Anyhow, the Leon and Helena box swaps is for just more range. Leon is really good on this map. I swapped out Asusa because I was not comfortable using Asusa. And Vincent, again, see, these are all like, the Vincent swap was mainly because the Kyra and Rosa and Sission on the team. So I don't think AoE is as effective as I wanted to be, so I'd rather put a single target. But again, Asusa and Vincent, I would say a lot of the swap out was because of the mental effect it had on me. Those 2 units, my misplay of them effectively cost me the game. Okay, anyways, he brought out Werner and Liana for Rosen and Autocrado. So another guard unit in Autocrado, a physical guard unit, and then Rosen for just some debuff prevention. Okay, so let's go. So I do have turn prior now. Sorry, not turn prior. I have P1 advantage, whatever you want to call it, but I get turn prior, turn 1, essentially. Okay, so I do the first ban Ham. He does the first ban IBC, same as last game. I pick up Tejas. This forces either a Hilda first pick, or he will pick a DPS and I can ban Hilda. Notice that he only has, the other 2 guarders or physical only guard. He bans Leon and Ham. Like I said, Leon is really good on this map, so makes sense. Ham, again, another great zoning unit. Those 2 units are both really good at zoning. Leon can reach, I think, the first column on this map, turn 1. So again, a first pick IBC. I ban out the Luke, ban out the Alicia, same thing. I don't want these 2 people to zone me. I pick up my Elwin. He bans the Luke and Sherry. He picks up the Archon. No problem. I have Elwin somewhat to counter that. I ban the Hilda and the Elwin. I don't want another. Well, Elwin Revive is not disabled. I can't disable the Elwin Revive, so I don't want to deal with that. And I banned out Hilda just so I can freely hit his units. Picked up the Pepsi. Again, Pepsi is a good carry. He also has no AoE minus Autocrado. Well, okay, the pull from Archon is technically an AoE, but it's a single target AoE, so I can hide from it. He bans the Yulia and the Himiko. Tejas from Yulia makes sense. Himiko is, to a certain degree, one may consider it as a revive unit. Obviously, it's not a revive, but she can tank 2 hits, 2 single target hits, essentially. So that is really good in trade games because it forces the opponent to have to hit Himiko twice. Pick up the Autocrado for some guard. I ban out Rosen and Kyra. This allows me to be able to pick one of the 3 debuff units, Kruger, Crims, or Helena. I pick Kruger here. He picks up Diehard, Diehard. I ban out the other Garter and Act again, I guess. Also, and Tejas, I don't like the teleportation. Teleport is really strong playmaking skill, so I want to make sure I have the teleport advantage with my own Tejas. And I pick up Rosen. Again, this Rosen is to help lessen the effect that Diehard can have. The reason why I care so much about preventing the stun is because Diehard can essentially kill a unit, stun a unit. It's not a 2-for-1 trade, but it's almost as effective as that. I basically can't move a unit that turn. And he picks up Warner Dime. Again, pretty good unit on this man. So yeah, pretty standard loadout. I brought Sork's Rosen this time with the 222 loadout. Pretty standard Elwyn. Kruger, I opted not to use the 3C. I do want to engage turn 1 with Kruger. Pretty standard. I did not bring Mass Attack. I just brought Teleport. Okay. Archon with Elementals. Standard loadout. Diehard with the pretty standard. Autocrata with Guard, 1C and 3C. Amazon Champ, IBC with her standard loadout, and Diehard with Werner Dime with the same loadout. Okay, so he knows I want to go in turn 1 with Kruger. If I do the line AoE here, let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually don't hit anybody yet. In my mind, I was counting the tiles to find a spot where Kruger can be such that Archon can't reach. IBC can't reach with the Act again. Warner can't reach, and Autocrando can't shuffle such that it shuffles Kruger with, I guess, let's see. How far is the Autocrado? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, I couldn't move Tejas here past this line because I don't want to shuffle to move my Kruger back. I'm okay with the Diehard hitting into Kruger because that's going to be a trade. So this is how I end up. His Archon cannot reach my Kruger with the pull. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Diehard, if he comes in, it's a trade. Perfectly fine for me. I like that. I would take that. And the Autocrata can blow his AoE on just 1 unit, which is, again, fine. Werner can reach. IBC can't reach with her Act again and range attack. So yeah, so now he has to do something. Surprisingly, he goes in and tries to kill. Somehow my Kruger didn't die. Let's take a look at what happened. Because this is very surprising. Looks like he didn't crit. Let's just rewind that. Actually, you know what? We can rewatch it later in once we upload the video. But yeah, very luckily, my Kruger lives. So this is just, positive for me. I heal up the... Well, I want to give Kruger the miracle. Honestly, I could have just gone in now and hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit 3 units with the Kruger debuffs. He guards with Autocrado. Now I move in and I apply some pretty nasty debuffs. Pretty lucky on my end. Silence. And nothing too well, but still pretty good debuffs in my opinion. And at this point I'm in a pretty good spot. He drops a mass attack on... well, she can't drop mass attack, but she can only use the... Actually, I don't think she can actually even use... I'm curious if... I'm actually curious if IBC under silence can use the... can use her talent. But anyhow, it doesn't matter because, I effectively still kill the Autocrado. Or not. Well, I guess maybe not. He could have used the... Sorry, I don't kill the Autocrado, but I'm saying... She could have used the block heal, potentially. But anyhow, Kruger RNG OP. So, I don't kill the autocrat, but I disable it. So next turn, someone's dead. He proves the Kruger and kills the Kruger, which is fine. I am able to apply some debuffs. I apply a nasty debuff in the form of a passive block. So yeah. This is just disgusting RNG by Kruger, the Kruger himself. Okay, so game 3. We're high stakes. We do not do any box swaps. He picks P1, of course. I ban on his ham. He bans my ham. Picks up the IBC. And I ban Hilda, Luke. I pick up my own IBC. Again, I ban the Luke. I ban the Hilda because I don't want him to start playing tank push on me. I only have one sin here, so it's gonna be really hard to sin through Hilda with only one sin. If I had more than one sin, well, okay, Himiko has single target, but Himiko's single target is a low. I need some external buffs, so I'm not guaranteed extra damage buffs from external sources with Himiko, so I wasn't too confident with that. Anyhow, I think it's stupid to pick Himiko and Pepsi and try to go through a Hilda. I'll need other single target units, and at that point, it's probably not beneficial for me to play it that way. So I ban out the Hilda and Luke. Luke plus IBC is just disgusting. He bans out Kruger and Crimson. Picks up his autocrat off tank. I ban out his two zoners and pick up my own Luke. He bans TJS and Pepsi and picks up Archon. I pick up Elwin here, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. And I ban out his Elwin. He bans Himiko and Rosen and picks up Pepsi. Here I pick up Cherie. So again, I ban out the Die Hard because I don't like the stun. I don't have any way of preventing the stun. Well, Tiaras has her mass resist, but I don't. I don't want to anchor myself into picking Tiaras for sure. Also, Warner Dime and Sissy White are targets I'm less scared of. Again, I have Luke and IBC, so I can ignore all these physical carders. And I pick up Leon. Yeah, so far, I think I had the better ban pick. But let's see how this turns out. Because, as you shall see, things do not go as planned. Things do not go as planned. Let's go through the skills real quick. Pretty standard loadout. Archon with lizards, Autocrado, and Sissy White standard. Pepsi with hide. Elwin with crush. Cherie with standard loadout. Leon with 3C. Luke with 2 AoEs, and 1 AoE and 2 single targets. IBC with mass attack. So yeah, this game, honestly, I should have just played push Luke with the summon. Because Archon can only pull the unit 2 blocks, right? So if I move Luke with the summon side by side, there's no way he can one-shot my Luke. By pulling, my Luke outside of the summon 3 block range so that I don't have the revive. Anyhow, so yeah, he gives a boost to Archon. I spent so much time trying to wasted so much time trying to count the Archon threat range, which is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So you could technically pull my Elwin. I gave the IBC buff to Luke and Cherie. He moves he just stays still with Autocrado. Notice the Leon range I can hit next turn. Moves the Pepsi up. I move the Cherie. He gives he does not do I think, what does he do with Sissy Way? He does not do anything. Okay. So at this point I think I played him wrongly. I should have moved Luke in another position. I was too scared of the Archon for some reason. Wasted so much time. Alright, so I push the Elwin up. He hides with his Pepsi. I move my Cherie to the tree. This is basically allows me to tank everything on the tree, that is. I go in with Leon, hoping for a nice scramble. One thing I did not remember is, so I wanted to do the scramble so that I could, break the Pepsi shield. But notice that IBC has Goel. So even though I can damage the Pepsi shield, if IBC kills my Leon, it doesn't matter. He can heal. Okay, so now he still has the hide, right? But he's not 100% HP. But the Goel can easily heal it up. So let's take a look at what happens. Sorry, so the Goel doesn't heal up, but the Pepsi, what's it called? The Pepsi exclusive heals it up to... Actually, he doesn't heal it up to full. But anyhow, Audicrado is guarding. I move Luke stupidly here, such that Archon can pull. There was no reason for me to put Luke at this point. That was the big throw. But there's a bigger throw incoming. So he kills the Luke. Okay, I trade that by killing the Archon. He makes one throw. He throws to me by missing the kill on Sherry. Pretty expected. Angels on terrain, forest. IBC with magic attack, not gonna kill for sure. I don't even think this is last rise Sherry, but now this is the throw of the century. Notice that Pepsi has hide now. For some reason, I thought that he didn't have hide. And what do? I act again, hoping to kill this Pepsi. I'm stuck in no man's land, so I act again. I was like, wait, why can't I target the Pepsi? Then I realized that he still had the hide buff. So, yeah, a stupid mistake which could have been prevented by just simply, looking at the buffs. So now my IBC can't attack anyone. I just wasted a turn. What I could have done here was just Sherry can stun into the IBC, and kill. Or, IBC could die by my IBC or Sherry. And then it'll be just a 3 DPS versus him and him. My IBC can still have magic, so I can kill the Pepsi anytime. But now he kills my Sherry for free. And I'm pretty much GG, because he can kill my IBC with Pepsi. And there's nothing I can do. I could have probably placed Elwin, forward a bit, but he could always summon the Lancer and stuff, so it's pretty much game. But the worst throw, well, the most embarrassing throw in my opinion. I personally think I won BP. Even though I threw the IBC out for free, I still had a really good chance at this point to winning the game. But not reading buffs, very important. Just, remember next time, guys, read the buffs. Read the buffs. Anyhow, thank you for watching, and hope you guys, for those interested, please, feel free to leave a comment and post your game to your name card, and I'll take a look at your game of throwing. So, thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.